There's a moment every new rider dreads. You're sitting at a red light. Maybe it's your first month riding, or maybe it's just one of those high pressure moments. You can feel every pair of eyes behind you, horns honking, traffic piling up. Your palms are sweaty inside your gloves. You're focused, almost too focused. You slowly let the clutch out, and then bam, the engine cuts. The bike bucks, dead stop, stalled. Your heart sinks. You fumble for the starter. Someone behind you shouts. You rush and stall it again. Now it's personal. But here's the truth: stalling is not failure. It's not a sign that you're not meant to ride. It's just a part of learning. And more importantly, it's a skill that can be fixed. And today, we're going to fix it. I'm Matthew from Autozium. Let's talk about how to never stall your motorcycle again, especially in traffic. First, understand why you stall. Most beginner riders think stalling is about nerves or clumsiness, but technically, it all comes down to one critical area of the bike: the friction zone. It's that tiny, precious zone between fully pulling in the clutch and fully letting it out, where the plates begin to grab and the bike starts to move. If you release the clutch too quickly without giving the engine enough throttle, the RPMs plummet, the motor can't keep up with the sudden load, and stall. If you're too cautious with the throttle and you're not easing the clutch correctly, you get the same result. On the flip side, if you understand and own that friction zone, you gain the confidence to launch smooth every time. This isn't just about avoiding embarrassment. It's about building trust with your bike. It's about being the kind of rider who can start on a hill, in traffic, or during a group ride without panicking. Step 1. Friction zone practice, static drill. Go somewhere quiet, an empty parking lot, a cul-de-sac, even your driveway if it's safe. Turn the engine on. Put the bike in first gear, feet planted. Now slowly begin to release the clutch until you feel the bike tug. That moment, that tiny forward pull, that's the friction zone. Stop right there. Hold it. Feel it again. Let the clutch out just until the bike wants to move, but keep it from going anywhere. Do this a few times until you know exactly where the lever sits when the engine starts to engage. Most riders never take the time to do this. But if you want to stop stalling for good, you've got to build this feedback loop. Get to know your clutch. Each bike is different. Your friction zone is where your riding begins, so give it the respect it deserves. You're not even using throttle yet. That's fine. Right now, it's just about feel. It's not about speed or coordination. It's about the beginning of movement. That's where stalls start and where you stop them. I used to think I had to jump on and just go. And every time I stalled, I blamed myself. But what changed everything? This drill. Slow, controlled, repent eye-opening. Step 2. Throttle control. Now let's make it move. Once you've found your friction zone without throttle, the next step is learning how to smoothly combine throttle and clutch. With the bike in first, start to gently roll on just a little bit of throttle. Not a handful, not a twist and hold, just a slight movement, enough to raise your RPMs a little above idle. Think of it like whispering to the engine, not yelling. Then slowly, gradually, ease into the friction zone. You'll feel the bike. This is where most new riders get tripped up. They panic, they rush, they second guess themselves. And when the bike lurches or stalls, they get embarrassed. But this step, the throttle blending drill, is your solution. I recommend practicing this until it becomes second nature. Turn your friction zone and throttle into a rhythm, like playing an instrument. You're not thinking about every note. You're just feeling the music. If you can master this one coordination skill, you're 90% of the way to stalling immunity. Step 3, feet up drill. This is where it gets real. You've found the friction zone. You've started blending in throttle. You're managing clutch release. But now it's time to take your feet off the ground and commit to real forward movement. This step isn't just about technique. It's about confidence. Because every beginner has that moment where they second guess the takeoff. That moment where the left foot hovers a little too long. Or worse, you put both feet down while still trying to move. That's hesitation. And hesitation leads to imbalance, wobbles, and yep, stalls. So, how do you break that habit? Go back to your quiet parking lot or safe space. Bike in first gear, clutch in, engine running. Now, gently roll on just a touch of throttle, as little as a light flick of your wrist. Not a twist, not a blast, just a hum. Let the clutch out slowly until the bike starts to pull forward. You already know where this point is, your friction zone. But here's the key: don't drag your feet. Don't paddle walk the bike forward. Don't chicken out. As the clutch bites and the bike starts rolling, lift your feet up onto the pegs, both of them. Balance on the bike. Let it roll. Even if you only move 5 or 10 feet, do it clean. Clutch, throttle, feet up, roll forward, clutch in, stop. Do it again and again and again. You're teaching your body to commit, to move in one smooth motion. Because once you're on a real road surrounded by traffic and distracted drivers, you don't want to be second guessing that motion. You want it locked in. Pro tip: film yourself doing it or have a friend watch. You'd be surprised how much foot dragging sneaks in without you realizing. If you're still feeling shaky, try this. Use a slight downhill grade to help the bike roll forward more easily. Keep 2 fingers on the clutch to help modulate it more smoothly. Practice mini takeoffs by just lifting your feet for 3 seconds, then putting them back down as you clutch back in. Repeat until you're lifting both feet without thinking about it. That's when you know you're ready to move into real world traffic takeoffs. Step 4: Traffic simulation. This one is the unsung hero of learning not to stall, because starting on a quiet street is one thing, but real traffic? That's pressure. That's red lights, honking horns, distracted drivers, and weird stop and go flow that can mess up even experienced riders. So, how do you prepare for that chaos? You simulate it. Find a parking lot or a closed stretch of street where you can stop and start repeatedly. You're going to recreate a red light takeoff as realistically as possible. Here's how it goes: 1. Clutch in, first gear. 2. Stop completely. 3. Wait 3 to 5 seconds like you're sitting at a red light. 4. Throttle on just a little. 5. Let out the clutch slowly. 6. Feet up. Roll forward 10 to 20 feet. 7. Clutch in. Brake. Stop again. Repeat. Do this until you can perform 10 clean takeoffs in a row, not 9 out of 10. Not 7 clean and 3 sketchy. 10 in a row. Because in traffic, you're going to have to do this again and again without thinking about it. That's the goal. Make takeoffs second nature. A few bonus ideas to spice this up. Ask a buddy to fake traffic by standing behind you and walking close behind the bike during your stop to simulate someone tailgating at a red light. Set up cones or markers to act as a car bumper in front of you. Don't get too close during the stop, and don't hit it when you take off. Add random timing. Instead of going every 5 seconds, have someone shout "go" at different intervals to keep your reactions sharp. And here's a mental trick that works wonders. Count to 3 in your head before every takeoff. Why? Because when nerves hit, like they do in real traffic, you tend to rush. You drop the clutch, you pop the throttle, and boom, stall. But that little pause, it slows your brain down, keeps you from going full spaghetti wrist. 1, 2, 3, then go. Do that in your practice, and you'll do it naturally on the street. By the time you're done with this drill, real life stop and go won't feel scary. It'll feel familiar. And that's the real victory here. Not just knowing how to not stall, but trusting yourself not to. Final reinforcement: own the takeoff. So now you've gone through the full flow. You understand the friction zone. You've learned smooth throttle and clutch blending. You've gotten your feet up and rolling with confidence. You've simulated traffic stop and go. You're no longer just hoping not to stall. You're controlling it. But let's be real. Even after all this, You still might stall sometimes. And that's okay, because the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. The real power is in how you recover. Don't panic. Don't stress. Don't apologize to the guy in the pickup behind you. Just clutch in, restart the bike, reset your posture, and go again. You're learning. And every time you stall and recover with composure, you're getting better. There's one final tip I'll leave you with, and this one might be the most important. Start small, stay smooth, and ride your pace. Don't compare your journey to the guy on YouTube doing wheelies. Don't rush because someone at a red light is impatient. Take your time, master the basics, build the foundation, and before you know it, that fear of stalling will be something you can't even remember. I'm Matthew from Autozium. Thanks for sticking with me through this one. Learning not to stall isn't about being perfect, it's about being prepared. So get out there, practice the drills, find your friction zone, get your rhythm. And one day, when you pull away from a red light like a pro while other riders are still paddling and jerking, you'll know you've got this. Ride smooth, ride smart, and I'll see you out there.